What's up, Muscle and Strength? It's Muhammad Usman, the Motor, and I'm gonna take you through a day of eating MMA style. Meal one for my workout day as an MMA fighter is 2 eggs, and then my supplement stack. And this is our off season, getting ready for the season. So I start to clean out a lot of things in my body. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm a fighter. And if you know anything about fighters, is we don't eat a lot before we train. You know, and I've learned that because with things in my stomach, I'm very dynamic. So I can't go out there and start running and doing all these things with a lot of food in my stomach. So all I do is I'll just usually boil 2 eggs. That'll be like my little energy starter kit before I take all my Perfect Sports supplements and get ready for this long day. When it gets closer and closer to my season, it's we go with her name is Brianna Butler. They own Power Portions out of Houston. Me and Colin have been using her. She's the best nutritionist around, and she's determined. She's found something that works for me. 50% veggies, 25% protein, 25% saturated fats. So basically, I'm eating nothing. This is my stack. You know, it was time to get back, so they made sure they got me an Eileen. Of course, my immunity shield. With all this corona going on right now, you got to keep that immune system, you know, pumped. So I like to splash that in there. So it's a power day. So that's when I bring my creatine into play. So I usually like to stack the creatine on Mondays. So I just like to just cap it off with the BCAAs. It makes everything just taste so good together. All right, man, yeah, the eggs are done. My energy is ready.
That's it.
That's it. Oh, this is my baby. This is Simba. This is my doggy right here. So, yeah, look at him.
He's gonna get his cardio in.
Uh-huh. Look, as soon as I open the door, he's gonna shoot out like a rocket. Yeah, man. Every morning, afternoon, his schedule is built around mine. So I walk him, feed him. By the time I do that, I'm ready to go train. Then come back, walk him. Then I'll let him out when I'm at home. He'll pee on the air conditioning vents. And I asked somebody, I was like, why would he do that? They said because when they turn it on, it shoots his scent all over the apartment. I said, this guy is a freaking genius. What's up, guys? We're at Body District. I'm here with my strength coach, Colin Rising. He's about to break down what my nutrition and my meals and my eating is when I go into camp.
So understand that while Mo and other fighters are in camp, there's no one-size-fits-all solution, but take the mindset of, let me not eliminate everything, but let me learn about the rate of absorption, my nutrients, my micro and macronutrients, vitamins, minerals, supplements, hydration. All of these things are extremely key components to performing as a mixed martial artist. These 2 meals here are pretty much a staple of what Mo eats during camp. All right, and so our lunches, again, packed under this ground turkey right here, you've got a lot of quinoa and rice. So one thing for Mo especially, that's not easy to do, right? And it's not easy to maintain, especially for somebody that's trying to up their endurance. So because that was a focus of ours, we got with a dietitian, a registered dietitian, power portions. Bree's amazing. What she was able to do was take us from the mindset of cutting weight is eliminating calories and eliminating certain foods, transitioned into, okay, here's how we can optimize what you're already consuming. And so that was a huge step in understanding that this process is not about elimination, but it's about the rate of absorption and what we can actually do to provide Mo with the fuel.
Yeah, what's up, guys, man? I just got done with my workout, and right after the workout, I do my post-workout recovery. And what I like to use, I love the Creed, the whey protein isolate from Perfect Sports. I do a scoop and a half of the Creed. And I also backdoor the Creed with the glutamine. Let's go.
Where are you going?
We're going to Grub a Grab. It's where we go to get a lot of, we've actually ordered a lot of meals from there. They cook the most healthiest meals and smoothies, and just, it's just a good place.
You hungry?
I'm starving. I really don't try to make myself known or anything. I just like to just come in and eat and just go home. You know? I just like to just be, I don't know what it is, man. People, when you tell somebody you're a fighter, it's like, oh my goodness, this guy fights? You know? It just changes the whole energy of the place. What's in the Riviera?
It has like a shrimp, a base of either spring mix or brown rice or half and half. Creamy avocado and some cayenne to make it spicy on top.
Okay, let me get that, and then I'm gonna add beef. I'm gonna add a steak onto that as well. Let me get the oxidation elimination.
Would you like 24 or 16?
24.
So you ordered that smoothie, so I definitely can tell you like are into like antioxidants and.
Oh yeah, man. I'm very OD about it, man. I just, but I'm one of those guys that I learned from my dad. Too much of everything is bad, but a little bit of everything is good. You know, so like when I take my cheat, like I like to take, like everybody's just strict diet for 8-9 months. I'll go fight 4 or 5 months, and then I'll give myself some time to wind off, because then when you come back, it's just so much better, because it's almost like you reinvent yourself every time. Oh my God, bro. I swear I didn't want to get up. These days, bro, I did not want to get up out of bed today.
And then you get a call from Muscle and Shrink. Hey bro, I'm here.
I shouldn't even answer the phone. I should just let you just walk around.
I would have given you like 20 minutes.
I would have just been like, hey, this muscle and strength guy didn't show up. What's up, guys? We're at Grab a Green. This is meal number 2, and this is a Riviera with an oxidation elimination smoothie. My weight class is 266 pounds is the maximum weight you can come in at for heavyweight. So for me, it's performance. You know, a lot of these guys like cut to make weight. I fight a lot of guys that have to like cut down from 300 pounds to get to 266. For me, it's not about necessarily the cut, because I can just be a big blob. It's just about performance.
Biggest challenges are for fighting professionally. You were like working to get into the league and then you transferred over.
It was the hardest thing for me, man, is just your body. you know, there's so much work. Learning all the different martial arts, MMA, martial arts, just learning everything and being able to, you know, defend yourself. That's and really, what really started getting better is being able to calm down, hone the adrenaline. Being able to control your adrenaline and use it with you, not against you. Because adrenaline, that's why people get those adrenaline dumps. I've learned from my brother, from everybody around me, how to use adrenaline as an advantage, hone it, instead of using it to make you tired and crash. That's the hardest thing for me, was mastering my adrenaline, because you get in there and you got a guy trying to hit you. Your adrenaline is racing a million times over instead of being in your element and just being relaxed. So I've really gotten better in that aspect of it, of MMA. Wow. First time I got in there, I was fucking trying to get my head out of the way, just swinging around. Tired. 30 seconds, I was gassed.
After a fight, are you just like at your absolute moment of exhaustion? Like
No.
No.
After the fight, I'm like, wow, that was 6 months of training for 15 minutes. We're at my night session, and this is where I do my MMA training at Fortis MMA in Deep Ellum. And as you can see, those are my apartments are across the street. So I mean, I'm completely locked into my craft. So there's no excuse. I can walk across the street and train all the time. So you come check it out. This gym is basically created by our head coach, Saif Saad, and he's a guru, and he's one of the best coaches I've seen, in the sport of MMA. That's why I'm here. And upstairs, we have our own personal gym, as you can see. And what's crazy about it is, like, in our classes, and like in football, he'll stand up here like he's like general, and he'll look down at everybody to make sure you're doing your shit. It's a work atmosphere. So when you're in here, it's not joking, laughing, it's straight work. So I love it, man, and this is where I get the dirty work done. This is my last and final meal of the day, so this is still a cheat meal for me, because I haven't fully got on the meal plan yet, because we're still a couple months out from my fight. So a couple months out, I basically just still kind of eat what I like, but I still keep it a little clean. But yeah, you see I have my wings, I have my shrimp fried rice. What else can you ask for?
Tell us a little bit about your past. So in college, you were a collegiate football player.
Yeah, I played at the University of Arizona. And before I went to Arizona, I played at the University of Houston. Some stuff happened. I transferred to Navarro Junior College, where I ended up getting scholarships, and then that's when I ended up playing at University of Arizona. I played there for 2 years. Football is such a political sport. You get to certain levels that we're athletic. A lot of guys in this sports, in this world, they'll keep pursuing it. Even if it's not there, they'll keep chasing it and chasing it and chasing it until you let all your athletic abilities go to the wayside, chasing a pipe dream. So when I knew that football was not giving me what I needed, or I wasn't taking care of my family, then I said, okay, well, I'm still a very athletic human being. My brother is successful at this. Why can't I be successful at this? So then I just started training and just imitating my brother and doing what he does. And now I'm here. And and it's a dream. So I just live it every day. And one thing I say is I didn't give up. A lot of guys will just give up and quit and go get day jobs and 9 to 5s. Not me. I'd rather fight and get hit in the face than get a 9 to 5. All right, Muscular Strength, that was my full day of eating. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe below.